There is a doorway in every home, and there is also a doorway within every heart. Most people spend their lives polishing the walls, buying new furniture, and searching for luck in distant places. Yet they forget the quiet space where every journey begins, the entrance. The entrance is more than wood, stone, or metal. It is the place where every goodbye leaves and every welcome arrives. This silently receives the footsteps of strangers, the worries carried home after long days, and the hopes that wake with each sunrise. Among the simplest gifts of nature is salt. It has rested beside humanity for thousands of years. It preserves food, cleanses, and reminds us that the smallest things often carry the greatest value. When people place a small amount of salt near the entrance of their homes, they are not changing the universe with magic. They are creating a gentle ritual that reminds them to leave behind heaviness and enter with greater awareness, gratitude, and peace. The true power is not hidden inside the salt itself. The true power awakens inside the person who pauses for a moment before crossing the threshold. Imagine returning home after a difficult day. Your mind is crowded with arguments, disappointments, and endless thoughts. Before stepping inside, you notice the small bowl of salt resting quietly by the door. In that simple moment, you remember to release your burdens instead of carrying them into the place where your loved ones wait. One deep breath replaces 10 restless thoughts. One peaceful step changes the atmosphere of the entire evening. Many people chase extraordinary solutions while ignoring ordinary wisdom. They believe happiness must come from wealth, status, or perfect circumstances. Yet peace often begins with the smallest habits repeated consistently. A clean entrance, a grateful heart, and a mindful pause can transform the feeling of an entire home more than expensive decorations ever could. Salt also teaches humility. It never demands attention. It has no brilliant colors or luxurious appearance. It quietly serves its purpose without asking for praise. There is a lesson in this. The strongest people are often those who speak gently, act kindly, and help others without seeking recognition. Like salt, their presence may seem small, yet they bring balance wherever they go. The Entryway as the meeting place between the outside world and your inner sanctuary. Outside, there is noise, competition, fear, and constant movement. Inside should be a place where compassion, patience, and understanding can grow. Every time you cross that entrance, ask yourself one simple question. What am I bringing into this home? If the answer is anger, leave it outside. If it is gratitude, carry it proudly across the threshold. Some traditions suggest replacing the salt regularly, whether you choose to follow such customs or not. Let it remind you of another important truth. Stagnant energy often reflects stagnant habits, just as fresh salt symbolizes renewal. Fresh thoughts create a renewed life. Let go of old resentments. Forgive yourself for yesterday's mistakes. Welcome each day as though you are entering your home for the very first time. A peaceful home is not built by bricks alone. It is built by words spoken with kindness, meals shared with appreciation, and silence filled with respect. The entrance becomes meaningful when everyone who crosses it remembers that they have the power to shape the atmosphere inside. One smile at the door can erase hours of sadness. One gentle greeting can heal invisible wounds carried throughout the day. Do not become attached to rituals while forgetting their purpose. If you place salt near your doorway but continue filling your home with harsh words, impatience, and resentment, nothing truly changes. Objects may remind us of wisdom, but only our actions bring wisdom to life. Let every glance at the salt become a reminder to speak more softly, listen more deeply, and forgive more freely. There is another quiet lesson hidden here. Every visitor who enters your home carries a story you cannot see. Some arrive with joy, others with grief, fear, or loneliness. Welcome them with warmth instead of judgment. The entrance should become a place where kindness begins, not suspicion. Hospitality is one of the purest forms of generosity because it asks for nothing in return. As days become months and months become years, you may discover that the greatest transformation did not happen because of the salt. It happened because each time you saw it, you remembered to become a calmer, wiser, and more compassionate person. The ritual became a mirror reflecting the person you wished to become. Real abundance does not knock loudly. It enters quietly through hearts that have learned contentment. Lasting peace does not appear overnight. It grows through mindful choices made every single day. Whether you keep salt by your entrance or simply pause before opening your door, let that moment remind you that every return home is an opportunity to begin again with a lighter mind, a kinder heart, and a spirit ready to fill the home with harmony instead of worry. The greatest doorway is not the one built into your house. It is the one that opens within your own awareness. Cross it with peace, and every home you enter will feel transformed. The doorway as a symbol of new beginnings explain how the entrance of a home represents the transition from the outside world into a place of peace, and why entering with a calm, mindful attitude matters. Every home begins with a doorway, yet its true purpose extends far beyond allowing people to enter and leave. It marks the quiet boundary between the busy outside world and the peaceful space we hope to create within. Outside, life moves quickly. There are demands, disappointments, distractions, and endless responsibilities. People often carry these invisible burdens with them, never realizing how easily they bring stress into the place where they seek comfort. The doorway offers a gentle invitation to pause before crossing that threshold. It reminds us that every step into our home can also become a step toward greater peace and awareness. Imagine arriving after a long day. Instead of rushing inside with a restless mind, you stop for a single moment. You take a slow breath and choose to leave frustration, anger, and worry behind. That simple pause changes the energy you carry into your home. Your family is greeted with patience instead of irritation, and your conversations become warmer and more thoughtful. Over time, these small moments create a lasting atmosphere of harmony. The doorway becomes more than an entrance. It becomes a symbol of renewal. Each time you cross it, you are given another opportunity to begin again with gratitude, kindness, and a peaceful heart. True transformation often starts not with dramatic changes, but with one mindful step taken at the very entrance of your home. Salt as a reminder of mindfulness, not magic. Discuss how placing salt near the entryway serves as a simple ritual to encourage letting go of stress, negativity, and emotional burdens before entering the home. Salt has long been valued for its simplicity, usefulness, and lasting presence in everyday life. Many people place a small amount of salt near the entrance of their homes, believing it represents freshness, balance, and renewal. Whether or not someone follows this tradition, its greatest value lies in the meaning it inspires, rather than any mysterious power it is thought to possess. Each time you notice the salt, it becomes a quiet reminder to pause before entering your home. Instead of carrying the weight of a difficult day across the threshold, you are encouraged to release stress, anger, and unnecessary worry. This brief moment of awareness can change the way you speak, think, and respond to those waiting inside. A calm mind creates kinder words, and kind words create a more peaceful home. The salt itself does not transform the atmosphere. Your intention and actions do. Like a gentle teacher, it silently encourages you to choose patience over frustration, gratitude over complaint, and understanding over judgment. With repeated practice, this simple ritual becomes part of your daily life, helping you build habits that strengthen your relationships and inner peace. In this way, Salt serves not as a source of magic, but as a meaningful symbol that reminds you that every return home is an opportunity to begin again with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Small daily habits create lasting peace. Emphasize that consistent practices, such as gratitude, kindness, and maintaining a welcoming entrance, have a greater impact on a peaceful home than material possessions. Many people believe that a peaceful home is created through expensive furniture, beautiful decorations, or constant renovations. While these things may improve appearance, they cannot create lasting harmony on their own. Real peace grows from the small habits practiced every day. A smile offered at the door, a kind greeting to family members, a few moments of gratitude before a meal, or taking time to listen without interrupting can slowly transform the atmosphere of an entire home. These actions may seem insignificant, yet their effects become powerful when repeated with sincerity. Just as a single drop of water cannot fill a river, but countless drops eventually do, small acts of kindness shape the character of a household over time. Keeping the entrance clean, speaking gently, showing appreciation, and choosing patience during difficult moments are simple habits that strengthen trust and understanding. They require little effort, but they produce lasting results that no amount of money can buy. Every day offers a new opportunity to practice these quiet disciplines, even when life feels busy or challenging. Returning to these small routines helps create stability and calm. A peaceful home is not built in one extraordinary moment. It is built through ordinary choices made consistently with care, compassion, and awareness. In the end, it is these humble daily habits that create an environment where love, respect, and happiness naturally flourish. Transforming the home through inner change, explore the idea that true harmony comes from changing one's thoughts, words, and actions, using the presence of salt as a reminder to practice patience, compassion, and forgiveness. The greatest transformation in any home does not begin with changing the surroundings. It begins with changing the person who lives within them. It is easy to believe that peace depends on other people behaving differently or on life becoming less complicated. Yet lasting harmony is created when we choose to change our own thoughts, words, and actions. A simple reminder, such as seeing salt placed near the entrance, can encourage us to pause and reflect before we step inside. It invites us to leave behind irritation, disappointment, and resentment, replacing them with patience, compassion, and understanding. When one person chooses to speak gently instead of reacting with anger, the atmosphere of the entire home begins to shift. When forgiveness replaces blame and gratitude replaces complaint, relationships become stronger and hearts feel lighter. These changes may seem small at first, but they grow with daily practice. Just as a tiny seed eventually becomes a strong tree, small moments of self-awareness develop into lasting habits that shape a peaceful life. The real purpose of any meaningful ritual is not to change the world around us, but to awaken wisdom within us. As our inner world becomes calmer and more balanced, that quiet strength naturally spreads to our family, our conversations, and every corner of our home. True transformation always begins from within and gently radiates outward through every thoughtful choice we make. Creating a welcoming and positive atmosphere, conclude by highlighting the importance of greeting family and guests with warmth, leaving negativity outside the door, and making the home a sanctuary of love, respect, and inner balance. A welcoming home is not defined by its size, wealth, or appearance, but by the feeling it gives to everyone who enters. The atmosphere of a home is created through the attitudes and actions of the people who live there. Every time someone crosses the doorway, they carry emotions that may not be visible to others. Some return with joy and excitement, while others bring quiet worries, disappointment, or exhaustion from the day. A warm greeting, a genuine smile, or a few kind words can ease those burdens more than we often realize. Choosing to welcome family members and guests with patience and understanding creates a sense of comfort that cannot be purchased or decorated into existence. It also means making a conscious decision to leave anger, harsh words, and unnecessary conflict outside the entrance whenever possible. A peaceful home becomes a place where people feel safe to rest, share their thoughts, and support one another without fear of judgment. This positive atmosphere grows stronger through simple daily acts of kindness, respect, and gratitude. Even small gestures repeated consistently have the power to transform ordinary moments into meaningful memories. When everyone contributes with a caring heart and a peaceful spirit, the home becomes more than just a place to live. It becomes a sanctuary where love, harmony, and hope quietly flourish with each passing day.